Hello! Today we'll be talking about Joltik, the first bug electric Pokémon. It's also the shortest electric type Pokémon, and Pokémon introduced in Gen 5. It's also tied with Cutiefly as the shortest bug type Pokémon. It's also tied with Cottony for the lightest Pokémon introduced in Gen 5. Joltik's previous PYC dates are October 13th, 1997, August 3rd, 2000, May 25th, 2003, March 15th, 2006, January 3rd, 2009, October 25th, 2011, August 15th, 2014, June 5th, 2017, March 26th, 2020, and January 15th, 2023. I most know Joltik from Detective Pikachu. I particularly remember seeing some on a power line and thinking how clever it was since they suck up electricity. I think the idea of a tick Pokemon that sucks up electricity instead of blood is clever. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article.
Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Joltik, the attaching Pokemon. His number is 0595. This is what it looks like. Its type is Bug Electric. Since our first Bug Electric Pokemon, I'll point out the Bug inside and the Electric outside. Abilities: Compound Eyes or Unnerve. Swarm is its ability. Gender ratio is 50-50. Catch rate is 190 or 35.2%. Breeding is a group bug. Hatch time 20 cycles. Height is 4 inches or 0.1 meters. Weight is 1.3 pounds or 0.6 kilograms. Base experience yield is 64. Leveling rate is medium fast. EV is 1 and speed. Shape is that. Footprint is that. Vortex color is yellow and base friendship is 70. Joltik is a dual type bug / electric Pokemon introduced in Gen 5. It evolves into Galvantula starting at level 36. Biology: Joltik is a tiny arachnid Pokemon. It has 4 legs, tipped with blue conical feet. Its ovoid body is completely covered in yellow fur, with notable tufts sticking out on each side of its face, just over each eye and its lower back. Joltik has 4 blue eyes. The 2 larger eyes are set relatively far apart on its face, containing black pupils. The 2 smaller simple eyes are situated between the first pair, slightly higher up on its face. These eyes lack eyelids and pupils and stay open when Joltik blinks or sleeps. Joltik's mandibles point downward and reside at the bottom of its face, where they closely resemble tufts of hair. It is capable of producing silk from these mandibles, enabling it to hang from trees. At 4 inches, 0.1 meters tall, Joltik is one of the shortest Pokemon in existence. In fact, it is too small to generate its own electricity, so it attaches itself to larger Pokemon and feeds off their static electricity. More than often, it prefers sticking on Yamper's hindquarters. It will also make its way into houses and feed off electricity in electrical sockets. All of the energy it absorbs, it stores in an electric pouch on its body. As seen in the Pokemon the Series Black and White episode, Oshawott Lost Scalchop, Joltik is not especially aggressive, but will defend itself if bothered. In the episode Crisis at Chargestone Cave, it's shown that if Joltik is unable to find a source of energy, it will be unable to move and be put in serious danger. Joltik mainly lives in caves and cities with electricity. Joltik's size compared to Beartic: Joltik is next to Beartic's underarm, so there's Joltik, here's the Beartic. Joltik producing silk. There's it coming down, and there's Misty. Joltik attached to Yamper's rear. Got the Joltik on Yamper. Evolution: Joltik evolves into Galvantula, so Joltik, Galvantula. Game data: Pokedex entries. In Gen 5 Black, Joltik that live in cities have learned a technique for sucking electricity from the outlets in houses. White, they attach themselves to large-bodied Pokemon and absorb static electricity, which they store in an electric pouch. Black 2 and White 2, since it can't generate its own electricity, it sticks on to large-bodied Pokemon and absorbs static electricity. In Gen 6, X is the same entry, Y is White's entry, Omega Ruby is Black 2, White 2, and X's entry, Alpha Sapphire is White and Y's entry. In Gen 8 Sword, Joltik can be found clinging to other Pokemon. It's soaking up static electricity because it can't produce a charge on its own. Shield: Joltik latch on to other Pokemon and suck out electricity. They're often found sticking to Yamper's hindquarters. In Gen 9, Scarlet is Black's entry. Violet is Black 2, White 2, X and Omega Ruby's entry. Joltik in the Blueberry Pokedex. Got it on one of the electrified webs we've seen before in the series. That's fun. Game locations, side game locations. Stats: base stats, HP 50, attack 47, defense 50, special attack 57, special defense 50, speed 65 for a total of 319. Type effectiveness: damage normally by normal, flying, poison, ground, bug, ghost, water, psychic, ice, dragon, dark, and fairy. Weak to rock and fire for double, immune to nothing. Resistant to fighting, steel, grass, and electric all for half. Learn set by leveling up. 1. Absorb and Fury Cutter, 4. Electro Web, 8. Bug Bite, 12. String Shot, 16. Thunder Wave, 20. Electro Ball, 24. Agility, 28. Sucker Punch, 32 Slash, 37 Discharge, 40 Screech, 44 Gastro Acid, and 48 Bug Buzz. By TM004 Agility, 7 Protect, 15 Struggle Bug, 18 Thief, 21 Pounce, 23 Charge Beam, 25 Facade, 32 Swift, 47 Endure, 48 Volt Switch, 50 Rain Dance, 70 Sleep Talk, 72 Electro Ball, 75 Light Screen, 82 Thunder Wave, 83 Poison Jab, 85 Rest, 95 Leech Life, 103 Substitute, 105 X Scissor, 111 Giga Drain, 119 Energy Ball, 126 Thunderbolt, 130 Helping Hand, 147 Wild Charge, 162 Bug Buzz, 166 Thunder, 171 Terror Blast, 182 Bug Bite, 185 Lunge, 211 Electro Web, and 219 Skitter Smack. By breeding, this group gives it Double Team, this group gives it Infestation, this group gives it Lunge, this group gives it Poison Sting, and this group gives it Struggle Bug. Side game data, you got all this. Pokepark 2 wanders beyond in the Pokepark bad entry. The Joltik in the warehouse and the ones in other areas get along well, but they don't have much chance to talk. They all live at their own pace. Got all this. New Pokemon Snap in the Photodex entry. Did you notice the Joltik cling to the other Pokemon in the cave? They can't produce a charge on their own, so they absorb the static electricity from others. In Pokemon Go, Joltik could be obtained by completing the time-limited special research Season of Legends. Evolution data, Joltik, level 36, Galvantula. Sprites here, so slightly darker colors, but more or less the same. Green for the yellow, and purple for the blue for the shiny. Gen 6. They got the models. Oh, looks a little bit more fluffy. That's interesting. Or a lot more spiky. Pretty good adaptation. In Gen 7, not really much changes. Like where the spikes get a little bit less notable. In Gen 8, you get the much better models. Homes, you get these models. Animation. Joltik in Pokemon the series, black and white. You got all this. Pokedex entries. I already recorded this first one in the anime section, so we'll let Ash's Pokedex read it.
Joltik, the attaching Pokemon. Joltik cling to larger Pokemon and absorb static electricity, storing the energy in a special pouch.
In black and white, episode 88 in Dawn's Pokedex. Joltik, the attaching Pokemon. Joltik absorbs static electricity by attaching to large Pokemon. Poketoon and the manga. Joltik in Pokemon Adventures. There's also an Audino in the background. All this. The TCG. Other appearances, Pokemon Detective Pikachu. 10 Joltik appeared in Pokemon Detective Pikachu. A lot more than that, too. Trivia, Joltik is the only Pokemon with a base stat total of 319. Joltik is the smallest electric-type Pokemon. Origin, Joltik's name, appearance, and its Pokedex entries, stating that it latches onto larger Pokemon to drain their static electricity, all suggest that it may be based on a tick. It may also be based on a jumping spider, or, like its evolved form, a tarantula. Name origin, Joltik may be a combination of jolt and tick, a parasitic arachnid. Bachuru may be a combination of bachi onomatopoeia for electric crackling, and tarantula. It may also involve bug and chew bug. Now, languages, external links. Let's move on.
Now let's watch Joltik's first scene in the anime.
Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching episode 685, Oshawott Lost Skullchop. In this episode, Ash Ketchum, the main character, was battling with his Oshawott when its Skullchop went flying, and Ash, along with his Pikachu, are helping Oshawott find it. Ash spotted what he thought was the Skullchop, and Oshawott went to grab it. There's the Joltik. Zap him.
What's going on?
And that is Joltik's first scene in the anime. Let's move on.
Now let's watch Joltik's scenes in Detective Pikachu.
Hello and welcome to the Detective Pikachu portion of the video, or as I like to call it, Detective Joltik, as it's only the phrase with Joltik to the best of my ability. In this film, we're towards the beginning, we're on this countryside, there's a bunch of Joltik coming by, and there's gonna be a couple Pidgeots. Joltik. Now we've cut to a little later in the film. Tim Goodman, the main character, has found out that his father, Harry Goodman, a police detective, has died. So he's come to Rhyme City, a city where humans and Pokemon coexist. There's the Joltik on this. And he's going to his dad's apartment to sort of clean up there. So now we're at the apartment building. Can't really see it, but there's a wanted poster for a Joltik. You'll see it a little bit better here. I think there's a couple of them. Yeah. Front office. Right here.
Excuse me?
Here as well. Okay, this is Lizzie Stevens, an intern at the local news. She has a side duck. She's trying to investigate the disappearance of Harry and wants to know what his whole deal is.
And tell me everything of his partner.
Okay. She was just asking why he didn't have a Pokemon, and he doesn't have a Pokemon. There's the Joltik. We've cut to a little later. Tim has met Detective Pikachu with Talking Pikachu with amnesia, and they've gone on a little adventure with a bunch of Apom who've taken something called the Argas, which makes Pokemon go crazy. And now Tim is trying to warn everybody about the crazy Apom.
Look out! Run! Go, 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 go! Go, go! There! Think! Not like that. No, it was a gas. I was breathing gas.
Hey, ticket the who scout. Let's move.
No one else can hear!
This is a first for me too, kid.
He's saying words.
Me,
Can you...
stick a finger in me?
Anyone? It's not Destiny.
Okay, they're talking about like how he's the only one who can hear them. We've got to a little later in the film. It's the next day, and you see little Joltik going down the power lines here. Now we've got to later in the film. Tim is tracking down the Argas. He's tracked it down to this underground Pokemon Fight Club, as Pokemon fighting is illegal in Rhyme City. And there's the little Joltik here. So now we're inside the club here. Detective Pikachu is battling the owner's Charizard. They want information about where Harry is, and so the owner has challenged Pikachu because he had fought the Charizard before, so it's a rematch.
Bull tackle will knock me out!
Somewhere, okay. There's one up here. There's also one there. There's the Joltik.
Me out!
So he has a bunch of the vials of the Argas in a shirt.
That's not good.
Chances are special.
So now we've cut to later. Tim and Detective Pikachu have met Howard Clifford, the founder of Rhyme City, who has told them that his son, Roger Clifford, is behind the vials of Argas, and that if they want to find his father, they need to find Mewtwo. And there's a little Joltik on
Thanks,
the
kid.
window
Back
sill.
this case. One question, though. Where are we going?
I don't know. I'm just going. You gotta tell me where. You're the detective.
If Roger Clifford is the key to...
We need someone who has access to him.
And we both know who that is.
This scene, Howard captured Mewtwo, put his mind inside of Mewtwo using something called the Neuralink. He's put a bunch of the Argas in the balloons, and he's spreading it around because he wants the ultimate partnership between humans and Pokemon. And to do that, he plans on merging people with their Pokemon, but he can only do that using Mewtwo's powers after the Pokemon are in this sort of crazed state. Yeah. And that is Joltik's scenes in Detective Pikachu. Let's move on.
Now let's see why other people love Joltik. Now let's look at fan art.
Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan art, so I started looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Joltik. Halloween Jolteon PFP by Bid Pop Nice. So we got this interesting art of this Jolteon here. With a Joltik attached to its ear. That's interesting. Vitya2 account. I guess that was maybe her old name or something. Very interesting. This is Joltik by Will Draw for Food 1. This nice Joltik image here. It's using its electricity to charge up these stones, probably. Or maybe taking the electricity from the charged stones. Very well done. This is Joltik by Toge Missive. It's cute little Joltik here. Very well done. This is Joltik by Arakuop. So this fun little image here of a Joltik under this old style electrical box here. And then Joltik is taking up residence and made all these webs. And I guess someone's probably trying to get them out with the stick. Very well done. This is Commissions number 12 by Albert Wilson. We've done this image before, but we can do it again. So it's a bunch of these fusions here. Spectrier and Lycanroc, Infernape and Greninja, Rapidash and Golurk, Empoleon and Lugia, this Fakemon evolutionary line, Rhydon mixed with Cosmoem, and a bunch of these Joltik mixed with Minior. So these four are the ones outside the shell, and this one's with the shell. Very well done. PKMN, Joltik Nom Nom by Zilly-Chew. So this cute image of a Joltik biting, I guess, on his finger. Very well done. This is PKMN Joltik Chew by Zilly-Chew. This cute image of Chew. Joltik here. It's like, this one's like me chewing, or maybe biting, or kissing this one. It's very cute. This one's Joltik by Sloth Power. So you've got this nice image of a Joltik here. Very well done. This is Joltik by Solar Bink. So got this hand with this Joltik. Yeah, wrapped around the hand. Yeah, very well done. This is Joltik Nest by Otaku App. Because this is a remake of the other image we saw, but with the Joltik in the power box. This is very well done. You can see a lot more detail. It's been simplified a little bit more. The stick is now, like, in with the webs. It's very fun. It's all mischievous now, rather than just kind of a little bit angry. Yeah, very well done. This is Double Suggestions by The Derpiest Cloud. We've got this Joltik attached to the foot of this fake evolution here. Seems to be from September 25th, 2025. Very well done. This is Dish Ref by Dish Disheart. So you've got this Joltik here wearing, I'm guessing it's supposed to just be a hat of a Noibat? That would make sense to me. I don't know what else it could be. It's not a full Noibat. That doesn't make sense. This is Motherhood by 13 Black Crows. I got this nice image of a mother Galvantula and her 4 Joltik children sleeping on this web. Very well done. This is Joltik by Rexy Doodle. So we've got this nice, simple, kind of a little bit stylized image of Joltik here. Very well done. This is Joltik, 3, by Beef Bastard 007. Very cute, very simple image here. Very well done. This is Joltik and Snom by The Coffee Anon. So we've got this Joltik biting down on the Snom here. Very interesting. This is number 595, Joltik by Wild Dragon. So you've got this nice, very detailed Joltik here. Number 595, Joltik. Yeah, very well done. This is Gift Joltik by Siren's Reverie. This nice, a little bit more detailed Joltik here. Very well done. Seems to be from 2016. This is Joltik Variations by Inkit. So you've got, you got the normal one, and then a bunch of, I guess, fusions, or variations. I'm gonna zoom in so I can read these labels a little bit better. So you've got Purebred Joltik, Bubble plus Surskit, Pinata plus Pineco, Wild Child plus Spinnerack, Fungal plus Paris, Oddball plus Shuckle, Scarab plus Carablast, Nymph plus Nincada, Blue Beetle plus Heracross, Stabby plus Scyther, Bumble plus Combee, Binky plus Caterpie, Clown plus Weedle, Pseudoscorpion plus Gligar, Crustacean plus Dwebble, Camouflage, Leaf Coat plus Burmy, Camouflage Trash Cloak plus Burmy, Camouflage Sand Cloak plus Burmy, Cyborg, Durant, Durian plus Wormhole, Newt plus Shelmet, Harlequin plus Venipede, Longhaired plus Venonat, Pinchy plus Skorupi, Jack-O-Lantern plus Trapinch, Leafcutter plus Sawaddle, Lightning Bug, male, plus Volbeat, Lightning Bug, female, plus Illumise, Nightmare Bull by Pinsir, Fancy plus Cricketot, Firestarter plus Larvesta, Fuzzy Pajamas plus Pupa, Dragon plus Yanma, and Toon plus Lediba. Joltik variations, yeah. Very well done. This is Joltiks by Ginkiri. So, got this nice image of a bunch of Joltik here. One sucking out of the outlet here, and I guess maybe they've dogpiled to help them get up. That's interesting. Or maybe just jumped onto this pile and maybe they all like tried to get to it, but this is the only one that like succeeded or something. I don't know. It's all sleeping for some reason. It's very interesting. This is Joltik by Danny, my brother. So you got this kind of a little bit more simplified version of Joltik here on this background. Very well done. This is Strawberry Milk by Ferret Studios. Interesting image of Joltik on its hind legs, maybe anthropomorphic. The shirt that says has strawberry and has the word milk. Very interesting. This is 20,250,203 submas by the letter W. So I think that's supposed to be a date, the number. So it's either February 3rd, 2025 or March 2nd, 2025, depending on how they do their dates. Got Emmett and Ingo here, two notable trainers from Gen 5. So got one with a Joltik and one holding a Litwick here. Very well done. This doesn't contain a Joltik, so we'll move on.
Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight as I simply don't have time. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Galvantula. As always, this isn't my proper outfit and you'll see me in a few seconds, as I'm going to watch the Emolga Detective Pikachu section that I was unable to watch in that video.
Hello and welcome to the Emolga Detective Pikachu portion of the video, or as I'd like to call it, Detective Emolga, as it's only the friends with Emolga to the best of my ability. In this film, Tim Goodman, the main character, has come to Rhyme City, a city where humans and Pokemon coexist, as he has just found out that his father, Harry Goodman, has died in a car accident. So you can see a couple Emolga appear. So they appear physically, but they also appear as a float.
From all our citizens, welcome to
Oh, that's Howard talking through a video. He's the founder of Rhyme City.
Rhyme City.
Tim's going to the police station, so now it's cut to later. He's gone to the police station to get the keys to his dad's apartment, where he's going to clean up there. And you can see the Emolga here. Now we've cut to later in the film. Tim has met Detective Pikachu, a talking Pikachu with amnesia. They've gone on a little adventure with some Apom who've taken something called the Argas, which makes Pokemon go crazy. Now he's trying to warn all these people at this night market about the Apom. There's Emolga here. There's a few Emolga that appear in the scene.
Run! Excuse me. Hi. Sorry. Did no one else hear him? Can you hear him?
No one else
talking?
can
You hear him saying words?
You're Harry's son?
There's Emolga here.
You want a coffee?
So that was it being revealed that Detective Pikachu was Harry's police detective partner. Now we've got to later in the film, Tim and Detective Pikachu have tracked down the Argas to this underground Pokemon fight club, as Pokemon fighting is illegal in Rhyme City. They're using the Argas to try to find Harry. There's the Emolga.
Wow.
And so this is the owner of the club. He wants to talk to Tim and Detective Pikachu. And there's the Emolga.
I'd like to see this guy's internet.
Well, that Pikachu Thunderbolt almost wrecked my prized Charizard.
So he's talking about the last time he was here. So now we've cut to a little later. The owner has challenged Detective Pikachu to fight with Charizard. But Detective Pikachu can't use his powers, so Tim has come in to help out. And there's an Emolga in the background. Taking the Argas. And now we've got to a little later. So he entered the ring to try to stop Tim, and he was knocked down by Charizard's tail. And a bunch of the Argas vials have broken in his shirt. The gas is going everywhere. Crazy. Now we've cut to much later in the film. Tim met Howard, who told him if they wanted to find Mewtwo, they needed to find Mewtwo. They found Mewtwo, but he was captured by who they believe to be Roger Clifford, Howard's son and the owner of the news. So Lucy Stevens, a reporter Tim is allied with, is trying to get help with this news story. And so that's Miss Masters and stuff. And there's a Emolga over here, like walking with a crowd.
At CNN, I have a story that's really important that you can help me.
Now we've cut to later. Oh, I forgot to mention. This is the 10th anniversary Pokemon parade. They were setting it up in that last scene. Now it's about to start. See a few Emolga down here.
So as you can see, we are more than happy. So many families. Thank you so much.
Mr. I need to speak with you, please. It's urgent.
A little later on interview.
Yeah, so she was blown off by Mr. McMasters, the other reporter, and so now she's trying to get the mayor's help, and there's who they believe to be Roger.
Before we begin the parade, I'd like to thank our mentor, Howard Clifford.
So now it's been revealed that it was actually Howard that captured Mewtwo, and he's put his mind inside of Mewtwo using a device called the Neuralink. And so he is now revealing himself to the town and is about to reveal his plan.
All of humanity!
So he's talking about how he wants the ultimate partnership between humans and Pokemon. So he's going to merge humans and Pokemon using the Argas, which are in these floats. And he's then going to use Mewtwo's powers to merge humans and Pokemon. So. Float. Here.
Come on, breathe the purple gas!
No requesting back up.
It's the police senate trying to get help, and he's being fused, but with his snubble. In this scene, Detective Pikachu. So earlier in the film, Detective Pikachu and Tim split up after being shown a vision where it seemed like Detective Pikachu had betrayed Harry, but now he's come back and sees this whole mess, and he's fighting Mewtwo, and the float will appear a few times.
The future!
Satellite, now he's landed on this building. Tim was fighting Howard's Ditto, who was the one that actually captured Mewtwo, and he got knocked to the window here. There's the... And now we've cut to after everything's been undone. Tim has, well, he's been lifted up by the real Roger and was able to take off the Neuralink from Howard, disconnecting the two, and now Mewtwo proper is destroying these floats. Merging everybody.
Thing is that.
And that's Howard getting arrested. There's Emolga in the background. This is Roger proper.
No matter what his flaws, deep down, I blame myself for not being there for him.
Now we've cut to towards the end of the film. It's been revealed that the reason why Detective Pikachu could talk is because Harry's soul, this is Harry, was inside of Pikachu. And now they've been unmerged, and Tim is about to leave. Rhyme said he's going to take the train. That's his ticket to go home because he doesn't live here. Saying goodbye. Hugging. Olga in the background.
Nothing right now.
Tim has decided to stay with his father.
I think I'll have to find a new job.
Oh, yeah? What are you thinking?
And that is Emolga's Scenes in Detective Pikachu. Thank you for watching, and you'll see me tomorrow.